You thought saving the world was hard? Just try sorting out these messy love lives.
I've never been more in love than I have the past month. Only it wasn't with you. It was with him.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 superhero love triangles.
I'll see you boys later.
For this list, we're looking at superheroes that have been romantically linked to multiple characters, whether they are human or fellow superheroes, both in the comics and on screen.
So who's Richard?
Really?
Number 10, Tony Stark, Pepper Potts, Maria Hill.
You must be the famous Pepper Potts.
The original love triangle in the Iron Man comics actually involved Pepper, Tony, and his personal assistant, Happy Hogan.
Sorry. What the hell was that?
Pepper would eventually marry Happy, although Tony would remain attracted to her over the years.
What?
What?
Tony also had a working relationship with Maria Hill, particularly during the Civil War miniseries, and the two would eventually get together during the Dark Reign storyline. While Pepper and Happy are never romantically linked in the films, there was a bit of tension between Pepper, Tony, and a new character, Maya Hansen, in Iron Man 3.
Sorry, with Happy in the hospital, I didn't know we were expecting guests.
We weren't.
An old
No,
girlfriend.
She's not really.
No, not really. It was just one night.
Yep.
Number 9, Thor, Jane Foster, Sif.
Thank you.
He's tall, blonde, handsome, and a god. It's no wonder Thor was popular with the ladies, like Jane Foster, a nurse from Earth, and the beautiful goddess Sif from Asgard. Thor intended to marry Jane, but Odin forbid it on the grounds that she was human. When given the chance to become an Asgardian goddess, Jane failed the test, which caused Thor to reunite with Sif. There exists little animosity between the two women, however, with Sif actually saving a dying Jane on one occasion.
Live and tell those stories yourself. Now go!
Number 8, Donatello, April O'Neil, Casey Jones.
All right. Let's go.
Lead the way, Toots.
The main love story in the TMNT universe is between vigilante Casey Jones and news reporter April O'Neil.
And then there's Casey Jones, a 9-year-old trapped in a man's body. He might almost be cute if it wasn't for that pig-headedness.
While their relationship is on and off at times, they are eventually married and have a child together.
Babe, you look...
In most versions, April works alongside the Turtles, and while they are close, they have a strictly platonic relationship.
April's right. We should go check it out. What's that? You guys are busy? Guess it's just the two of us, April.
In the 2012 animated series, however, Donatello has a crush on April from the moment he sees her, creating tension between him and Casey. Unfortunately for Donatello, April is oblivious to his feelings. Friend zone.
You want to hang out tonight?
That sounds great, Donnie, but I can't.
Number 7, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Emma Frost.
I keep feeling something terrible is about to happen.
Scott Summers and Jean Grey have one of the most messy relationships in all of comics, and the arrival of Emma Frost only complicated the issue.
Emma Frost, Sebastian Shaw's associate.
Upon joining the X-Men, Emma initially provided Scott with marriage counseling, but their relationship quickly turned into a psychic sexual affair.
That suggests both sides stand an equal chance of winning.
Jean uses her telepathic abilities to discover Emma and Scott in bed together, in their minds, and uses her Phoenix powers to shatter Emma's diamond form. After Jean's death, however, Emma and Scott began a legitimate relationship.
I would never let anything happen to you.
Number 6, Dick Grayson, Barbara Gordon, Starfire. The girl you have more in common with, or the girl who is drop-dead gorgeous. Also, one of them is orange.
Why did you just kiss that guy?
This was the choice that Dick Grayson faced. Dick falls for Barbara Gordon as Batgirl almost immediately.
And you are?
Batgirl.
But she brushes him off because of his age. They would eventually become a couple, and remain so even after Barbara was paralyzed by the Joker. Complicating the relationship, however, was the emergence of the sizzling Starfire.
Starfire?
Yes, Robin?
You know you're my best friend, right?
And you are mine.
I never want anything to get in the way of that.
Dick and Starfire are nearly married at one point, and in an alternate universe have a daughter together named Nightstar.
And if you don't like it...
Robin, I like it more than you will ever know.
Number 5, Dr. Manhattan, Silk Spectre 2, Night Owl.
Dan. John sees a lot of things. But he doesn't see me.
What many consider to be the greatest comic book of all time also featured an enticing love triangle between John Osterman, Laurie Uspachik, and Dan Dreiberg, also known as Dr. Manhattan, Silk Spectre 2, and Night Owl 2, respectively.
You want to ask me to go to dinner with you? Like we used to. But you won't. You know I can't. So you'll call Dan?
Attracted to the godlike Manhattan almost instantly, Laurie continued a relationship with him after she retired.
I don't want that responsibility anymore.
As Manhattan became less and less connected with humanity, however, the relationship between the two deteriorated, and Laurie eventually became romantically involved with Dan. At the end of the comic, Laurie and Dan are actually still together.
Wow, that sounds like a date.
Number 4, Bruce Wayne, Rachel Dawes, Harvey Dent.
Man I loved. A man who vanished. He never came back at all.
This love triangle was one of the central storylines of Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight trilogy.
You know, when Rachel first told me that she was dating Harvey Dent, I had one thing to say. The guy from those god-awful campaign commercials. I believe in Harvey Dent. Yeah, nice slogan, Harvey.
Bruce cared deeply for Rachel, who told him that they could not be together until he retired from being Batman.
Batman's just a symbol, Rachel.
Complicating the issue was Rachel's relationship with Harvey Dent, who would ask Rachel to marry him. Torn between the two men, Rachel eventually chooses Harvey.
I'm going to marry Harvey Dent. I love him, and I want to spend the rest of my life with him.
This love triangle was exploited by the Joker, however, who, spoiler alert, kidnaps both Harvey and Rachel, which results in Rachel's tragic death and Harvey's transformation into Two-Face.
Harvey, it's okay. It's all right. Listen.
Number 3, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Wolverine.
This is Scott Summers, also called Cyclops.
Just when you thought the Scott and Jean relationship couldn't get any more confusing, enter Wolverine.
Oh, wait a minute. He's not coming with us, is he?
Jean ended up cheating on Scott with Logan on more than one occasion, most notably in X-Men Forever Annual Number 1. Jean was a constant source of tension between Logan and Scott, which was one of the main storylines of the original X-Men movie trilogy.
What do you want, an apology?
But as both Jean and Scott appear at the end of the X-Men Days of Future Past timeline, we just might get to see more of this love triangle in future films.
Easy, pal. Some things never change.
Number 2, Clark Kent, Lois Lane, Lana Lang.
Lois, say hello to Lana Lang, Smallville's newest gift to Metropolis.
Oh, glad to meet you, Miss Lang. I like your writing a lot.
Thank you. I like your sparkler a lot.
Oh, me too.
Everyone has that boy or girl who they grew up with who would then go on to become his or her first crush. For Clark Kent, this was Lana Lang. Lana was one of the first people to learn that Clark is Superman.
But after Lana and I tie a few loose ends, we're leaving Smallville.
In most Superman titles, Lana is Clark's teenage love interest before he moves on to Lois in his adult years. But some titles see her competing with Lois for Clark's affection. This is best shown in the television series Smallville, where Clark is seen dating both Lana and Lois multiple times during different seasons.
Lana, you're back.
Hey. Hey, Clark.
Lois, how did you two?
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
My mother warned me about getting into cars with strange men.
This isn't a car.
So what do you say, hot stuff? Want a slice of the mud pie?
It's tempting.
Number 1, Peter Parker, Gwen Stacy, Mary Jane Watson.
Hope Pete's getting a shot of this.
This is one of the rare love triangles that not only didn't involve an affair, but actually showed all 3 members as close friends.
Hello, I'm Gwen Stacy.
This is Mary Jane Watson.
Peter initially dated Mary Jane, which frustrated Gwen, but he broke up with her because he thought she was shallow and superficial.
I'm in love with Mary Jane.
Peter would then date Gwen until she was tragically murdered by the Green Goblin.
Stay with me, stay with me. Stay with me, stay with me. You stay with me.
Her death caused Mary Jane to become more serious, and after a few hurdles, she ends up marrying Peter. You go, Tiger.
It's MJ. I'm gonna ask her to marry me.
Agree with our list?
No matter what, we're gonna win this fight!
Sure.
What's your favorite superhero love triangle?
You saved her life. She thinks you're a genius and she had her polished fingernails all over you.
For more passionate top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
It's complicated. A complicated thing. Never mind.